Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, one of the things that I long for in the summer, and I don't talk to you a lot about this because we have so many other type of waters that we fish. But for me, where I go fishing, the lower the water gets, the easier it is for me to fish and the more fish that I catch. Now, again, I'm talking about the tributaries, but what I want you to understand is the water level affects in every way possible the location, the activity, and in the end result, the type of fishing that you can have. Because as that water goes up, the current changes, it gets stronger. The pools that once existed in low water no longer are little pools, are no longer little eddies, no longer little places where the fish can go for safety. Now they're fighting the current, and they tend to travel to other places. So the very place that I might catch fish when the water's low no longer holds fish when it's high, and vice versa. So it has become so obvious to me, the impact of the water level and the impact on the fish's behavior, their location, and my fishing. And I'll give you an example. I've tried to fish more this year than in the summers to the past. It's not that I have more free time to do it, but I'm making my time. I'm changing my priorities, and I'm giving that gift to myself. So a few days ago, I went to one of my favorite spots, and I found my fish in certain locations in the current and in the water. And then 2 days later, I go back to the same area. But in those 2 days, we didn't have rain. The air temperature had risen, so there was more evaporation of water, and I found the water level lower. And what I also found was the places that I had caught fish 2 days earlier, there weren't nearly as many or any fish in those same pockets. And it's amazing to me. And what it illustrates is how every day that we go fishing, the experience will be a little different than it was the time before. A little different because, not just because those choice locations where those fish are going to be. And remember, those locations are always determined by, I think number one is food. Where can I eat? Second of all, it's comfort. Where can I be the most comfortable? Where's the water temperature the most favorable to my conditioning? And third, where can I breathe the best? Where is there the most oxygen for me? Now, when I'm saying me, I'm pretending that I'm a fish. But these are all things that come into play. And then it's mood. What mood are the fish in that day? I know they were in a certain mood 2 nights ago, but are they in the same mood tonight when I get out on the water? And usually it's going to be a little different. And that's what makes it so much fun and so enjoyable. But I want to go back to my beginning part of this report, and that is that the water level will really determine the quality of fishing that you have. Now, some people love to fish high water, love to fish fast water, but that's a whole different thing. And I think that the same thing applies in the St. Lawrence River. You know, I'm talking about the tributaries where we can see these differences more readily. We can feel them more readily, and it affects our fishing more. But in the St. Lawrence, the same thing is happening. Those fish are adapting to water level changes that are controlled by how much water is let out by the dams and so forth. They're not as subject to rainfall. We might have a storm like crazy, and that's not going to bring the St. Lawrence River up in the short term. Maybe a lot of storms way upstream will start bringing the water up, and then the dams will regulate it. But what happens with these fluctuations in water is that the fish in the St. Lawrence River are going to react the same way. They're going to go to spots that are most comfortable, that have the most food in them, and that provide them with the most oxygen. That's always the name of the game. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.